Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 707th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And what a cracking battle I've got for you today. We're going to have a look at isolation, self-isolation, and what that can cause. Okay, this is fought on one of my favourite maps, the Germanic Forest map, where you can fight out in the big open plains if you want, or if you want to hide your troops in the woods and spring those nasty ambushes onto the enemy troops, you can do that. Plus, if you want to bring a barbarian faction, you get the winter bonus and you get the woods bonus as well. Okay, so there's a lot going for this map, and that's why I like using it. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Earth. Now Earth has got 12 Spartans, 5 archers and 2 fast moving missile cavalry units. You don't see these very often with the Greek city's army, but they can be quite useful. They're fast moving, they throw spears into enemy troops, and can be a useful unit to have in your Greek city's army. So that's a tried and tested Greek city's army of Earth. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member First Prime. Now First Prime's got 11 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, 11 infantry, 3 archers, 6 cavalry. Quick look at his general there. You'll see he's got 8 upgrades on his general, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. I believe most of his infantry have just got gold shield, gold attack on. But what I'd like to show you here is that he's got an eagle unit, okay, plus his infantry general. So he's got a lot of morale going on for his infantry there, which is always a good thing, keeps your army fighting longer. He usually brings serious cavalry. Let's have a look. He's just got 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So that's another tried and tested First Prime army. Be interesting to see how you use that during the course of the battle. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Man 2. Now Man 2 has got 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, this is the new style 31k Roman army. As I say, 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, if you have a look at the upgrades here on his infantry, you'll see he's only got gold shield, gold attack. Now with only 8 infantry, okay, is gold shield, gold attack enough upgrades just for 8 infantry? Like your opinion on that. If you notice here, oh my gosh, look at his cavalry upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. Remember, that takes it out of the elite bracket into the super cavalry bracket there. Okay, so as I say, this is the new style 31k Roman army, but I always wonder to myself when I see this, is 8 infantry enough? And does 6 maximum upgraded cavalry make up for just 8 infantry? That's always what I think the Achilles heel of this new style 31k Roman army is, just 8 infantry. I just wonder what you guys think. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. Has got his very old Roman army of 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. So there's our team. This should be a great one for you to watch, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have an RTW player who's called himself God, but is in fact COH Terminator, a very experienced RTW player. And as I say, he's called himself God, but it is COH Terminator, and he has got 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. He has also got the new 31k Roman army there. Count the upgrades on his cavalry, and oh my gosh, yes, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And as I said before, same as Man 2's army, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, lifts it out of the super cavalry bracket into the elite bracket there. But he's only got 8 infantry, the same problem as I said the new 31k Roman army has there. Okay, their next teammate is is RTW player Serena. Now Serena's got 11 Sacred Band Spearmen, 6 Slingers and 3 Cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his Sacred Band Spearmen there, and oh my gosh, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on all his spear units there. So that's some serious upgrades there on his spearmen. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's got 8 upgrades on his cavalry as well, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So that's a pretty solid Carthage army there. Unusual to see 6 slinger units. You don't usually see that many slinger units, so that's a lot of firepower he's bringing there. So it'll be interesting to see how well that Carthage army performs on the battlefield. Okay, their next teammate is RV Monarch. Now RV Monarch has got 10 infantry, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, 10 infantry, 4 archers, 6 cavalry. He usually brings serious cavalry as well. There you go. 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So that's a pretty good army there, I think, of monarchs. I think that's a tried and tested army. And let's see if we can find their last teammate somewhere hiding in the woods here. There he is. And this is someone we haven't seen for a long time. IOW Can Go Heaven. Okay, now he's had a long break from RTW, and I think this might be his first battle on his return to RTW. So I remember him saying during the setup he thinks he's going to be pretty rusty. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. He's got the old standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, so there's the enemy team here. As I say, this battle's going to focus on self-isolation and what that means to the rest of your team if you do that. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at Brotherhood member Earth's Greek city's battle formation. Look how spread out he's spread his Spartans there. 4 armies, 4 mini armies of 3 Spartans in each of those mini armies. I think he's done this really to try and make the most of the flexibility of the Greek cities faction there. As I say, I see a lot of players with the spear and pike faction using battle formations like this, and I just thought any new players to Rome Total War, this seems to be the new modern way of using pike and spear factions. So you might want to give it a try next time you use a pike or spear faction. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, the team has noticed that COH Terminator is moving his SBQR army a long way away from his allies and is starting to look very isolated from his allies there. Can you see here him moving forward, and especially moving his Roman army forward towards a Greek city's army? That's another thing I thought was quite unusual. So here you can see COH Terminator's army, and look where his closest ally is, all the way over here. Okay, now remember, this game is to show you what can happen if you self-isolate and what can happen to your team if you do that. Okay, so you can see that Terminator here is a long way away from his allies, and he seems to be moving further away from them with every step his troops are taking. Now, I think Earth is going to be pretty tactical here. You can see Terminator coming towards him, and I think you're going to see Earth moving his Greek cities army further and further back. Not to make it look obvious, but just to move back a little bit to encourage Terminator to come forward even more and be even more isolated. Okay? So as I say, remember, this battle is a close look at what can happen if you self-isolate, okay, and if something happens to your army and what can happen to the rest of your team. Now look at Terminator here. Look, he's actually running his army forward now towards Earth's Greek cities unit. And as I say, look what Earth is doing, exactly what I thought he was going to do. Move his Spartans back a little bit just to encourage Terminator out a little bit further away from his allies, looking a little bit more exposed there on this right flank of ours. Okay, now make no mistake, COH Terminator is an experienced RTW player. So I remember when I seen him doing this, I'm thinking, what tactic, what strategy is going on here? Okay, so you can see now, look, can you see Serena's his nearest ally is all the way over there, away from him. So make no mistake, COH Terminator here, if he stays that isolated, he could actually be terminated himself. You can see how far away he is from his allies. Over here is a nice move by Earth here with those fast moving militia cavalry there, throwing spears into the enemy troops, disrupting, causing casualties, harassing the enemy there with this fast moving unit. Can you see as they're running away from chasing troops, that they can actually turn in the saddle and throw spears at chasing enemy troops? That's another good tactical thing that those units can do, as those heavy Sacred Band cavalry units go after him there. But that was a nice little move there by Earth. I think he uses those fast moving missile cavalry units really good in his Greek cities army there. Okay, but say, meanwhile over here on our right flank, players watching this, can you see a tactic or strategy that COH Terminator is doing here, especially, as I say, moving his Roman army against a Greek city's army there. As I say, the Spartan general will be rubbing his hands together, because you know Spartan general would love to take on a Roman army head on if he could. Okay, over here you will see that First Prime has sent 3 of his cavalry units towards the enemy troops there. And as I say, our team has noticed, obviously, that Terminator is self-isolating over there. And what we're thinking is, if we move some of our cavalry over there, look at the distance there between Serena's Carthage troops and Terminator's SBQR troops. And as I say, the team has obviously noticed this, and what we're thinking about doing is taking all our cavalry over there and terminating Terminator's army. That's what was going through our minds here. But at the moment here, you can see that First Prime is taking his 3 of his cavalry units forward here to engage those Sacred Band cavalry units. Get ready for this. And bang, as they meet head on the edge of the woods there. Okay, that's a really good clasher. And this is a nice move by Serena here, bringing one of his spear units over. And he can charge into First Prime's cavalry with that. It wouldn't surprise me if First Prime brought the other 3 units of his cavalry over as well here to reinforce these. And my guess he's going to pull these back at the moment there. There you go. Look, First Prime going to pull those 3 cavalry units of his back. But if you notice, the other 3 units of his cavalry are fast arriving. Look, and here they come. And he's probably going to turn those other units that he's just retreated back into the enemy. And bang! As those cavalry units smash into those Sacred Band cavalry units. Okay, those Sacred Band cavalry units, if you remember, they had 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, but in general, Praetorian cavalry will beat them. And as you've just seen there was numbers on First Prime's side as well there. And now my guess is that First Prime will probably go after those slingers. Remember that Serena bought 6 slingers. That's a heck of a lot of slingers to bring with a Carthage army. You don't usually see that many. And my guess is, as I say, First Prime's probably going to look to try and take them out if he can. Okay, but that was a nice aggressive attacking move there by First Prime, which we're pretty used to. We know First Prime, one of the most aggressive attacking players on Rome Total War, and he laid his credentials on the table right there and then. Okay, meanwhile over here on our right flank, look at COH Terminator moving his army so far forward now. Look, he is so exposed, it's almost unbelievable. And as I say, I bet Earth can't believe his luck here, because looks to me like he's going to take this Roman army on with his Spartans head on, which is just what a Greek city's general wants. You can see Man 2 bringing his cavalry over here to look to slam into the side of COH Terminator's army there. But I remember during the course of the battle, I was just looking at this and thinking, where's the tactics, where's the strategy in what COH Terminator was doing? Do you see what I mean? I just couldn't work it out there. And this is, as I say, look, his closest ally is all the way over here. So why would somebody with a lot of experience in RTW self-isolate and probably going to possibly get his army terminated over on that right flank? I just couldn't work that one out. But as I say, here you can see Man 2 taking his cavalry through the woods, and it wouldn't surprise me if First Prime took his cavalry through the woods as well. Now, at this time in the battle, I haven't moved my cavalry over to the right because I'm shadowing the Julii army in front of me. But if you notice now, the Julii general is looking to move his cavalry over to our right flank there. Can you see? So I'm going to start moving my cavalry over to the right flank, but making sure that my infantry is shadowing that Julii infantry there. Okay. So as I say, I'm going to start moving my cavalry over to the right flank because I'm going to help my allies to try and take out that isolated enemy SBQR army over on our right. But as I say here, you can see I'm shadowing that Julii infantry with my infantry. I'm going to take my cavalry over to the other flank there. Okay, but as I say, just look at how isolated COH Terminator is. I mean, we've got our cavalry coming in behind his infantry. We've got Earth here probably rubbing his hands together, couldn't wait to get his Spartans into a head-on attack against that SBQR infantry. And bearing in mind that COH Terminator's only got 8 infantry, I mean, I just can't see the tactical or strategic reason for this. Can you? I mean, I just can't see it. But over here, you can see COH Terminator charging a couple of his cavalry units into, I think it's Man 2's cavalry units there. And you can see Terminator bringing over some more of his cavalry. Now remember, Terminator's cavalry was fully upgraded, okay? So he's got 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, as he charges into Man 2's cavalry, and bang, as he hits that. But remember, Man 2's cavalry, I believe, if I remember correctly, is fully upgraded as well. And here you can see Earth has upped spears. See, he's put his spears up and is running his Spartans forward into the fray here. But you can see a lot of SPQR units are already starting to rout. Okay, here you can see that. Just because COH Terminator has just got so isolated. Now this is good teamwork here by RV Monarch, bringing his cavalry over, trying to help his isolated teammate here. So that's a nice move there by Monarch, bringing his cavalry over. Always a good team player there, and you can see him trying to help his SPQR ally. But just look at what the SPQR troops are starting to rout now. You can just see that. And my cavalry is on the way. Look, I'm charging my cavalry over there as well, with a view to smash into that SPQR infantry or cavalry, or to support against enemy cavalry that may be brought in to help their isolated ally. But as I say here, I'm keeping an eye on the Julia army. Remember, battlefield awareness. You know how often we talk about that. Keeping one eye on what's happening in front of my infantry, but keeping another eye on what's happening around the battlefield, so that I am battlefield aware. You remember we talk about that quite a lot in our battle videos. But here, as I say, you can see that Earth is closing in with his Spartans there on the SPQR infantry. As I say, here comes RV Monarch's Brutii cavalry there. I think he's going to tackle that one cavalry unit of First Primes who just come out the woods there, and bang, as they charge in there. They've routed First Prime's cavalry unit that was just coming out the woods. And I can see some more enemy Julii cavalry coming through the woods as well here. So there you are. You can see that COH Terminator's SPQR army there. It's still got a few units left, but it is very, very battle depleted. As you can see, my cavalry's just got over to the scene here, and it looks like the enemy going to be very aggressive towards my cavalry. See the Brutii general go in there, bang, with his 2 cavalry units, plus you've got the SPQR cavalry as well. So as I say, my cavalry's just arrived over there. I've got Brutii cavalry and Terminator's SPQR cavalry charging in, and look at all this cavalry here, enemy cavalry here, ready to charge in to my cavalry there. Okay, so as I say, I think the enemy team are playing really good teamwork here, coming over to try and support their SPQR ally. But look, COH Terminator's general's just been taken out, and the last of his units there, I think, have now been routed. There's one unit there that's obviously been routed there, but has rallied. But you can see the vast majority of COH Terminator's army has been terminated. Okay, so here you can see now that enemy Brutii cavalry going to charge into my cavalry. Get ready for this. And bang, as it smashes in there. Now you've got the enemy Julii cavalry coming in as well, of Kangos. Get ready for this, and he's going to smash into my cavalry as well. Like, and bang, as he charges in there. There's First Prime bringing in some of his Scipii cavalry, and also great support here by Earthlet, bringing his Spartan units over. Make no mistake, he'll keep the spears up and use a secondary weapon there, the sword, so that he doesn't kill any friendly cavalry. Remember, if he put his spears down, he could kill friendly cavalry. So my guess is he's just going to charge in there and use his secondary weapon, the sword, to help against this enemy cavalry there. Okay, so now you can see the enemy Julii and Brutii cavalry pulling back. Now, they did come over to try and save their isolated friend, COH Terminator. But there you go. So that's where Terminator's army has been wiped out. Now, I'm guessing there's current RTW players, ex-RTW players, and some players who've never played RTW before watching this battle. I just wonder what you think about this tactic. All of his army has now been taken out. But I was just going to say to all of you that play tactical, strategic war games, is there something I've missed here? Could you see a tactic or a strategy that COH Terminator was doing here? I've watched his battle replay a couple of times as well. I can't see a tactical, a strategic reason for isolating his army and basically, terminating his own army by his own hand by getting so isolated. maybe I've missed a tactical or strategic reason for him moving over here. I don't know if any of you watching this can see that. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. But I mean, he's just this is one reason I wanted to show this battle, that why would somebody isolate themselves so much when you can't plainly see a tactical or strategic reason? And he's lost his entire army now, just through, well, self-isolation. And as I say, tactical and strategic players watching this, if you can see a reason why he did that, please let me know. I mean, he's an experienced RTW player, so he must have had a tactical reason for doing that, but I just can't see it myself. But hopefully some of you can, and put your thoughts in the comments, please. Over here you'll see Serena has got very aggressive with his Carthage Sacred Band and is now attacking First Prime head on. My guess he's going to lose a lot of his infantry from pilot hits there. You can see his units have already been reduced by pilot damage there from First Prime's infantry. Okay, and so he would have done a lot of damage to the Carthage Sacred Band before they even got into hand-to-hand combat. You can see the enemy cavalry coming over here. Now remember, at this time in the battle, I could see First Prime's flank is very exposed to enemy cavalry attacks. And I remember saying to First Prime, watch your flank, as I could see the enemy cavalry moving towards him there. They may well target his archers there, or as I say, they may smash into his infantry formation there. But I remember shouting out to him, watch your flank first, as I can see all that enemy cavalry moving towards him. You can see they're targeting his cavalry here, his archers there, and you can see him smashing into the back of that engaged Scipio unit of First Primes there. But that cavalry is locked and loaded, looking ready to charge into the flank of First Prime. Right, let's pause again for a second here. So over here you'll see that Man 2 has put his infantry, remember he's only had 8 infantry, and he's put 4 of the units into Testudo. Now this is an original formation that the Romans used to use back in the day, and as you can see, you've got protection all round from missiles. Any missiles coming in on the flank or on the front, look, or any arrows coming down onto your battle formation, you're so protected by those shields there. It's called a Testudo. That's what the formation's called, and it's very, very effective. And as I say, the Romans actually used that back in the day. Here you can see I've got my army there facing the enemy Julii army, as I've been shadowing that particular army. But over here you can see the enemy cavalry moving towards the flank of First Prime. Here you can see Earth moving his Spartans forward now, spears up, running forward there towards the enemy troops. And I'm moving my cavalry back over there as well. Okay, so there's a general situation, but remember, the enemy have lost an entire army. All the SBQR army has been taken out. So because of that self-isolation on that right flank, it has now turned this battle into a 3v4. You can see First Prime turning some of his infantry units to face the threat of that Brutii cavalry, and Monarch's making a good move there. Notice he's moving his cavalry out the way because he doesn't want Spartan spears coming in behind him there, and he doesn't want to be sandwiched between Scipio infantry and Spartan spears. So that's a good tactical move there by RV Monarch there to move his cavalry out the way there. Once again, good showing of battlefield awareness there by Monarch. But here, as I say, you can see Earth moving his Spartans forward there, looking possibly to either tackle the Carthage Sacred Band or the enemy Brutii. Okay, over here you'll see that Kango is becoming very aggressive here and attacking some of Man 2's Testudo units. You can see that cavalry is going to smash into that unit. Get ready for this. And bang! As it smashes in there. That's 5 or 6 units of cavalry charge bonus there, smashed into that Testudo unit. Look how it destroyed that Testudo unit there. And it wouldn't surprise me if that Scipio unit there is now routed, which is just done. So that was a really nice aggressive hit there by Kango. Right, you can see I'm moving my army forward there more to engage the enemy Julii infantry there. And as I say, you can see Earth distributing his Spartans around our team there, trying to make the most use of the flexibility of the Spartans there. As I say, it wouldn't surprise me if he moved those Spartans in on those Carthage Sacred Band units. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So this is a nice move by First Prime, getting an infantry unit round the flank of those, or maybe even in behind those Carthage Sacred Band units. Remember, the flank and the rear are the weakest point of any unit on RTW. You can see Earth moving his Spartans forward there to help First Prime against Carthage Sacred Band. We've got Earth's archers there, which will be shooting into the enemy troops, plus you've got all those slingers there of the enemy troops shooting into us. So there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. Okay, as I say, Kango being very aggressive with his Julio army there, probably look to take out this unit of Man 2s as well. I can see the cavalry heading towards this unit, so it wouldn't surprise me if they decided to take that unit out here. You can see, as I say, Kango being very, very aggressive with his Julio army towards those Testudo units of Man 2. There's that cavalry smashing into another unit there of Man 2. Look, bang, as it smashes in there. Once again, all that charge bonus that would be disrupting and killing a lot of those units there. But if you notice, I'm moving my Scipio army forward now in kind of a surge attack there on the forward units of that Julio army, attacking Man 2's infantry units there. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of pilot exchanging going on there between my army and that Julio army there. So you can see, really push forward there, but you've got Monarch's cavalry here locked and loaded. Looks like he's got his sights on charging in to my Scipii army there. And plus he could throw those infantry units in as well. My guess is here they may well be trying to look to take my army out here. The way that I can see this cavalry locked and loaded, and it wouldn't surprise me if Kango here charges cavalry and infantry into my battle formation as well. But can you see Earth there being a good teammate that he is? He's got 3 Spartan units in behind my army. He may well embed them into my infantry to actually neutralize any cavalry attack. We know, as I say, Earth, very good team player there, and it looks like he's moving his Spartan units forward, and as I say, he may well embed them in with my infantry there to neutralize any cavalry attack that might come in. So nice move there. You can see a lot of fighting going on at the front of my battle formation there. Okay, so you can see this is a nice move by Kango. I think he's going to move his infantry round into the flank of my battle formation, and at the same time charge his cavalry in it as well. So my infantry could be hit by 2 different types of armies there, the infantry and the cavalry smashing in. Meanwhile, over here you can see that First Prime and Earth are doing really well against the Carthaginians. Remember, those Sacred Band units have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and you've got RV Monarch here with some of his infantry ready to help his Carthage ally. As I say, RV Monarch, very good team player there. You can see he's distributing his infantry around as much as he can to help his allies out. But as I say, looking at the way that the enemy got their cavalry locked and loaded, and looking at the aggressive attack on my army here, it looks to me like they may well be trying to take my army out. Just look at the cavalry locked and loaded here on this flank. You've got, as I say, infantry coming round the flank there of my battle formation, where they may well charge in. That unit looked pretty battle depleted. There you were, battle depleted. Morale would have been low, so it routed almost on impact into my infantry. And this is a nice move here by Earth, changing the direction of that Spartan unit to face a possible threat coming in on my flank. As I say, very good team player, Earth. There's a lot of us who play with him a lot will know. But as I say, that Julii infantry and cavalry looks to me like it may well charge in at any time on the flank of my battle formation there. Also, I'd just like to show you a good bit of teamwork here by First Prime and Man 2. Okay, they can see the threat to my infantry as well, using their years of battle experience. And if you notice here, yes, they've got battle depleted cavalry, but they've both brought their battle depleted cavalry over here to support my infantry when it gets hit by cavalry. And of course, I've got my cavalry there as well. So we've got all our cavalry locked and loaded, but we must be careful about charging through my infantry into the enemy because of our Greek cities ally. Remember, if Earth's spears are down and we try and charge through his spearmen with his spears down, we will lose our own cavalry. Suffer a lot of casualties. Remember, friendly spears, friendly pikes, when they're down, they do kill friendly cavalry. Right, here we go. Here comes the enemy cavalry here, looking to smash into my infantry. Here goes the Julii cavalry. Get ready for this. And bang, as it smashes in. Now the enemy Brutii cavalry, and bang, bang, as it smashes in. Look at the penetration of all that cavalry charge bonus. Look how far that cavalry penetrates back into my battle formation there. That's the impact of that cavalry. Great hit there by both Monarch and Kango there. As I say, really looking to try and take out my army. I think there's a unit of Man 2's infantry in there as well. But you can see here Earth being calm and moving his 2 Spartan units forward there to neutralise that cavalry. Stop that cavalry penetrating even more into my battle formation. Okay. You'll see I'm moving my cavalry around the flank because I can't charge directly through my infantry because, as I say, you'll see that Earth has got his spears down there. And if I charge through them, then, like I said before, friendly spears kill friendly cavalry if they're down. So I'm going to go around the flank and try and hit the enemy from the flank there. Over here on the right flank, you'll see that a great combination of Man 2, First Prime, and Earth has routed a lot of the enemy Brutii army and the Carthage army there as well. So well done, nice combination there of my teammates there doing a really good job on the enemy troops. As I say, for most of this battle I've been pretty defensive, so I'm thinking my kills at the end of the battle is going to be very low. But as I say, I'm just trying to, I think, hold the line at the moment. Now this is an interesting cavalry charge here by First Prime, which I thought you might find interesting. Can you see how he's charging there? He's charging in this particular part of the battle for 2 reasons. One, he's going from Monarch's general, make no mistake about that. But also, you can see that he's avoiding our Spartan ally. Okay, can you see? You can see where our Spartan ally is with his spears down. Okay, you see that Earth's got his spears down there. Okay, so Earth, obviously, like we say, he doesn't want to charge through Earth's spearmen there because he will lose a lot of his own cavalry on Earth's spears. So he's just avoided that Spartan unit, but managed to smash in to the flank there, into the flank of the enemy troops there through my infantry there. So that was a nice battlefield awareness cavalry charge there by First Prime. So well done to him. And he's bringing his infantry over now. It wouldn't surprise me if Greek city's general brought his infantry over now and started to attack the enemy on that particular flank there. They'll be trying to take out Monarch's Brutii general. I just thought this is an interesting formation here of Earth. Can you see? Let's just pause the game for a second here. He's got those Spartans in a V formation there, those 2 Spartan units. Can you see? So if the enemy charge in there, they're going to be hit from like 2 sides as they come in there, as that V-shaped Spartan formation there closed in on them. That's pretty good formation there by Earth. But as I say here, you can see Earth bringing his infantry over and First Prime bringing his infantry over as well, as we're trying to roll the enemy up. As I say, I've been pretty defensive in this game, just holding the line as much as I could. So I'm going to get some pretty poor kills. Right, here comes the enemy Julii cavalry. Get ready for this. Bang! As they charge in there. Look, and they're charging into the flank of my infantry there, but they're all battle depleted. You've got the cavalry, the Brutii cavalry charging in as well. Look, bang! As they charge into the flank of my infantry. But you can see my infantry's held quite well there against those attacks by the enemy troops there. And it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle here. As you can see there, lots of support by my allies there. As I say, I was quite defensive with my army there, just holding the line. So, as I say, I'm not expecting good kills. But if we go over here, right the way over to this right flank again, I remember when I was playing this battle, I was looking as much as I could here to see what COH Terminator was doing on this flank. You know, he's an experienced RTW player. What was the tactics and strategy on this flank? As I say, players watching, so I know there's a lot of tactical and strategic players that watch this game. Is there something I've missed here? Is there something that you can see maybe that I haven't, just to work out why he just isolated himself so much on this flank? And, you know, just say that Terminator kind of terminated his own army by his own hand here, didn't he? I mean, and I just couldn't see the tactical or strategic reason for doing that. If you can, please leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd be interested to see what you think's happened there. As we move across the battlefield here, you can see where First Prime's cavalry took on those Sacred Band cavalry there on the edge of the woods. That was a real big a little cavalry battle there, I suppose. And as we move over here now, you can start to see the more intense piles of dead as we move across the battlefield. This is where First Prime and Earth, and I think some of Man 2's units there, were taking on the enemy Brutii and Carthage army there. As I say, you can see big clumps of dead there. As you move across the battlefield here, you see lots of dead there, where it was very intense. The enemy were trying their best there to take my army out with cavalry and infantry attacks, but with support from my allies, I managed to hold on there, so very pleased with that. And as I say, our team has managed to go on to to win the battle there. I should imagine Kango, yeah, he's just admitted defeat there, so as I say, our team has managed to to go on and win the battle there. Okay, first thing I'd like to say is well played to everybody in the game there. I thought everybody played quite well. I say it was a clear victory there, so maybe that's what we might have expected. The highest kills go to Brotherhood member Earth, 1,557 kills. So well done to Earth with his Greek cities. Did really well there. As for COH Terminator, bearing in mind he was smashed, crashed and isolated on that right flank, I still think he got some quite good kills. 838 kills for what happened to him on the right flank. I think that's pretty good. So well done to him getting those kills after what happened to him over there. Well done to Serena, very aggressive attacking with Carthage there. Really, as I say, good aggressive attacking. Well done to RV Monarch there, got some quite good kills, supporting all over the battlefield there. Well done to him, and well done to Kango. As I say, I think that might be the first game that he played since he's come back onto RTW. Got some reasonable kills there, so well played, guys. Reasonable kills there. My army there, if you notice, I got the lowest kills in the game there. Lowest kills in the game, and that's because I was defensive for most of that battle. Remember, RTW rewards attacking, aggressive play with good kills. If you're defensive, you don't very often get very good kills. And as you can see there, most of that battle, my infantry was just holding the line, and that's why I've got such small kills. I've still got a lot of men left. I suppose 720 men left there, but kills wise, as I say, not that many. Well done to Man 2 there. I thought he played very well. A good support with his cavalry. Well done to First Prime, he played very well. Once again, very good support with his cavalry as well. And well done to Earth, as I say, highest kills in the game and supported us well all over the battlefield there. So as I say, I wanted to show this battle just to show what can happen if one of your teammates gets self-isolated, gets terminated, and then it's a 3v4. And I just wanted to show what happens when that does happen. It's Spartan Commander saying bye for now. See you soon.